What's up everyone, welcome back to these Skullgirls story mode commentaries. Today we're still on PS3 version, which man, I don't know, the audio quality on this, it's hilarious how you don't notice it until you really play around with the better versions. But that's okay, because for all intensive purposes, this version's fine because I don't have to turn off the voices, which are on by default if you have the PS4 version and stuff, the story mode voices that is. So, let's hop right into the action. Of course, we're using Soviet Mike Z announcer because he is one of my favorites. It's so funny. It's just Mike Z, one of the creative directors of Skullgirls, doing a terrible Soviet accent from an old video that he did on, I think it was Potemkin from Guilty Gear, a combo video. So Big Band's story mode is really cool because it's set up like a detective novel, almost. I mean, it still follows the exact same everything about, you know, the other story modes, but it goes into his history here where he was a guy, just a normal human, which we, before release, did not see anything of this. There was no artwork, no hints that we would ever see Ben Birdland as he was before he was Big Band. And of course, you get a good visual gag here with the pig as a cop. That's a good one. But yeah, no, so we start off right with a flashback, very similar to detective fiction, kind of like Batman, kind of like any other things. But Big Band was, he was the first DLC character to be announced as a stretch goal after Squiggly, and there was no vote for him. He was gonna be the next one. He was not a choice, and I'm very happy for that. The first male character, of course, which I know a lot of people got mad about because they're like, this game's called Skullgirls, why is there a male character? To which everyone said, you don't, like, not every character in Street Fighter is a street, you know? It's like, that's just the title. And they don't always fight on streets. But no, Big Band is really cool. He's huge, but actually smaller than what he was going to be originally, because it couldn't fit into PS3 memory size, because PS3 memory, for those of you who don't know, is actually really small. And here's something that blew my mind when I played story mode. He actually can move his head out of his respirator, because he's essentially in a giant iron lung, which helps, you know, his respiratory system. And we never saw that before. We've never seen him move out of his default pose, and I was just like, oh my god, he actually looks like, you know, a human again. And then when he goes back to this, he looks quite different, of course. And I guess the question is, like, what's with his eyes? Why do his eyes sometimes go from being clear to having color? And I don't have an exact answer, but I think I heard somewhere about, like, he can just put them on and they're like a detective vision, kind of. I think I've heard something like that. But no, it's really cool, and he has like a little turtleneck under that. There is actually art showing what he looks like under there in the iron lung, and basically he has no arms, no legs. He's just a torso, spine, and a head in a giant mecha suit, and it's really cool. But I think we should talk about how Big Band plays. So he has charge moves like, you know, Guile and other ones. And you can either do a punch or a grab, and the grab can be anti-air also, which I tried to do there and totally failed. Otherwise, he's all musically based because, you know, oh hi Kwaiko-chans. So his whole gameplay revolves around musical instruments with hitting them, but he does have a unique function. Basically, he has a thing called like, oh hey, Matt and Wooly too. He has music stun, which you can do once per combo, which you see those music notes, and when you do them, it leads to a state where you can, like, you see we're hitting here, you can then immediately go into other combos, but you can only do that once per combo, because you can set it up for more, but it's a little tough. And I guess we'll do his taunt, which is, oh, what was it again? I need to actually remember. I think it's forward. He was the first one to get a taunt also. Forward, heavy, medium, light, forward. Okay, so. And I missed entirely. It's tough because you gotta press it and try not to kill him. But no, he was actually the first character to get a taunt. And as such, he has taunts really built into his character where they actually power up all of his supers. And that, of course, is a reference to Third Strike. And that's not only the only reference to Third Strike. Big Band is the only character with a parry, which works exactly like in Third Strike, where you press forward or down when the enemy is about to hit you, and you can fully negate damage and just straight counter them. And it's incredible, but very tough to pull off, much like Third Strike. Because the whole idea with Big Band going in was, what if we take Q from Street Fighter Third Strike, Third Strike rather, and made him good. Because Q for those of you who don't know, isn't the best. He's really cool, but of course he's not super amazing. And actually, I think his heavy kick in the air is the exact same. So yeah, no, it's actually really cool. But as I was saying, he was actually quite a bit bigger when he was initially first shown off until they tried to get him to run on PS3, and he straight up wouldn't. So if you see where his head is here, I think it would be about one head higher from where he was before. So he was huge before. So, you know, it's a little interesting. And of course, here we're fighting everyone's favorite Big Zam from the Gundam game made famous by Game Grumps, which is a great costume. Really good that it's in here. I mean, it also works as just like a evil version of him almost, you know. There's his level 1 super, which we'll do in retaliation. That has a lot of super armor, like way more than you'd expect, and it's really good. So honestly, I very rarely use his punches. His kicks alone, oh god, I might die. His kicks alone are great. They can do, because his medium kick is a launcher, and so you can use that to launch. It's one of the few characters that has a medium as a launcher. I think his heavy punch as well is also one, but that's the one I like more because it's the 2 hits and is easier to go into a couple air combos. And then all the air combos are basically on the kick button as well, because he has a weird punch combo, which I'll show in the air. It's not like anything I've ever seen with the character, and he opens up his side, and depending on which button you press, it's that opening that opens. So they're visually boring, but they actually work pretty well, because then you can almost like combo kind of with it. No, but if you can't tell, Big Band is one of my mains. I say if you can't tell because I'm actually not playing as him super well. I've been playing with the PS4 controller, and it's a lot better than I haven't used the PS3 controller in so long. It's an okay controller, but man, once you go DS4, you don't go back to DS3. Also, here we get a look at what Big Band uses for his hands, which are little like music stand things which you can pull out. So he does have hands, but they're just little tiny grabby hands. They're not actually like, you know, hands. But no, he can pick stuff up, and this was them showing off that he can. It's good, you know, it's like they really went into like, okay, how does this guy do everything? You do get to see, you know, it's like they really went into his character. Because pre-release, we're like, man, how does this guy do anything? Like, how does he get up? How does he do stuff? And then they show it in this. And here we get to see a bit more of Lab 8's characters, like Ilium, who was in the background of stages and stuff. Leduc, who is such a generic anime character that everyone actually hates him. Really, the fanbase hates Leduc so much, which sucks, because Leduc is like a city that's right by me, and I love going there. And it's funny, because it's like, oh, hey, there's this guy in this game named after a city I go to frequently, so that's cool. I don't think he's named after that. Actually, I don't know. I don't know anything else named Leduc, so maybe. Hive here. We've seen these guys in Peacock story mode, of course. But, you know, we get to actually get some characterization, and in the voice story modes, we get to hear them, which is cool, because you don't have to actually hear them before. Hive makes bug noises, which is scary. But this here is Big Band's stage, Under the Bridge. And it is actually one of my favorite stages, probably for the music, but there's other reasons too. There's actually 3 variants of it: an empty one, a Lab 8 one, and a one with other NPCs. And the one with other NPCs, which you're not going to see in story mode, is like some SNL reference that like I don't get. Like some guy lives in a van down by the river, and like there's this joke that everyone goes on about, oh my god, it's that, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, and it's been confirmed that it is, but I don't get it. It's just I've never watched Saturday Night Live, honestly. But of course we get a bit of a rival fight here. They are on the same team, you know, so this is the Lab 8 version. So as you can see, there's Stanley, White, Finn, and Ilium, and the kids, and so it's definitely a good version, you know, you get to see all these characters and stuff. And the music is so good. You're not going to be able to hear the entire song in just this video, because it's so long. It's like an 8-minute song or something. So Big Band is actually really good at approaching Peacock because of his charge punch, which is really good. Although it's a little tough to hit sometimes, as you can see here. So yeah, that's his air stuff. I cannot believe that worked. What? You could have done anything in that time to stop that Peacock. That's hilarious. Oh, I guess I should say, because we're not, you know, we can hear him. The voice actor for this guy is Rich Brown, who is not a professional voice actor, but was the countdown guy for ScrewAttack.com's top 10s. And other than that, I don't actually really know what else he's done, but his voice is so beautiful. It is so good. The fully voiced story mode is amazing, and you just need to listen to him go through the lines and just hear, like, it is the deepest, blackest voice you've ever seen, and it fits him so well. It's a wonderful. In Japanese, he's voiced by the same guy who does Old Joseph from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it works, but man, Rich Brown is just so rich and brown that I love him. And a lot of people ship him and Ilium, which honestly I'd be freaked out at, because she is literally just a mass writhing thing of intestines. Under her face, it's terrifying, and I think they've shown it off once. But when you actually listen to her voice in the voice story modes, totally changes your opinion of her, because she has like this sweet motherly voice. Actually, I go and look at some, I always say go and look because I have no idea where to find it, but you can find it. There's some concept art of how Ilium would have fought, because she was a potential fighter, and it shows her turning into this giant intestine, like, demon deer, and it's terrifying. It looks like it's the scariest thing, because like the face is in the neck, but then it has like the whole deer head and it goes up, but it's just flesh, and oh, it's so creepy. She was gonna be such a creepy fighter, and honestly I'd be down for her, just because having like it's like Pain Wheel times 100. That would have been so good. But of course you gotta have Misfortune versus Big Band, because you know, like they sort of feel like similar in tone. I don't know. There's some characters that sort of go together, and as you'll see, they do have definitely a connection, which is good. Because that's the thing, a lot of these characters have, like, loose connections to each other. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Big Band and Philia have no connection to each other almost whatsoever. At least on the outside, then you get, like, oh, well, she's Medici bloodline, and then you have stuff like, I don't know, you get all sorts of stuff, so there are ways to connect them. I do want to show off his... Let's see here. No, it's... There we go. So that's his taunt. I didn't get it because it didn't do the notes. So let's see here. So when the notes appear, that means your next super is going to be powered up. That means your next super is going to have an extra property. So we'll see if we can get it here. Let's see here. It's going to be a little tough because you got to make sure it hits. That was the wrong button. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay because I don't think it used up my meter. That was a snapback. You won't see many snapbacks in single player. Okay, come on. So yeah, he gets the JoJo style ora 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 ora, but instead it's tuba 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 tuba. And actually, Big Band is the only character with a hidden 26th costume, which is done by doing his secret level 5 super 25 times. This is incredibly difficult. So his 26 colors, actually, he gets the color of Jotaro from JoJo, but like the classic arcade game, so it's like blue with the pink shirt. It looks super good still, don't get me wrong, but it's not like what you would probably think of now with Jotaro. And his secret level 5 super is insane. I say it's secret, but it's not really. It's in his move list. It's not super crazy tough, but it's really difficult. Basically, with his, also, hey, Irvin's here, so that means Misfortune's storyline with him is canon and is going to probably be touched upon later on the road, but they used to be partners, which is cool, so another connection there. So Big Band has the ability to, and I'm sure you've seen them if you're a Skullgirls fan, you can play music with him by holding his medium punch. So his medium punch is he takes out a trumpet, and as you press other buttons, you can do extra hits up to the number of levels of super meter you have. So if you have level 1, you can do 1 extra hit by playing another note. Go all the way up to 5 notes to play a full, like, you know, kind of mini song. But if you have a level 5 meter, not only do you do 5 hits, if you put in the button combination to play the Skullgirls main theme in like you know, the do 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 do, if you play that, you'll enter a secret phase which has him do Jotaro's time stop ability. And in that phase, not only do you can you just do whatever you want, but then I think if you do then his super, it becomes a super extended version of his ora 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 ora, which does immense damage. I think it's pretty much a guaranteed kill by the time you have 5 meters. It's super cool, but super tough to pull off, because the button combo is, so you have to press a triangle, then you have to go down square, X, square, square, and X, or something like that. I'll show it in his menu here. It's insane. I've pulled it off before. Like, once you know the combo, it's actually not that tough to pull off, because you're only using like 3 buttons, even though you can use all 6 and more. But it's tough. You know, it's tough to pull off. But once you do that, you could do crazy stuff. And not only that, I know a lot of people have done where, so there's a thing in fighting games called a happy birthday, where what it is if you kill, if your opponent brings out their assist and you're killing them both at the same time, you kill them both and it's a happy birthday. There was videos of people who, that's funny, Maple Crest Reagan. He has a lot of, even without his, he has a blaxploitation pack. It's like, he says quite a number of blackish things, like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, whatever. What was I saying? Oh right, the happy birthday. So yeah, there's videos of people pulling off a happy birthday using the time stop, singing happy birthday with his instrument, and then finishing him off with the super. It's the most amazing thing. So let's see if we can use his, oh, I wanted to use his other super. I didn't get a chance to because I was too stylish. I want to try and show off at least his other level 1 and his level 3. I'm not going to be able to show off his level 5. It's doable. There's videos online and it's amazing, but you can just try it out yourself. I think if you do his trial mode as well, it actually, like his combo challenges, it actually does force you to try and do it. Which is very good because, hey, you know, give you an opportunity to see it and try it yourself. It's not very optimal for combat, but it's super cool. But we do get an interaction between Big Band and Painwheel here. And so I personally think that this is from after Painwheel's storyline. That Painwheel's storyline and Big Band's are canon to each other. And, you know, like there are connections that you can make. So this is her back under control of Brain Drain, and so then after that she then goes and joins up with the Lab 8 crew. So that'd be really cool, because then, you know, like, they're sort of back together and she has a new home, so she's no longer looking for a family, she gets a family. So I do think that they're connected in that way. Of course, we'll have to wait to the next game to find out, but that means for those of you like who can't really put it together, like Peacock and Painwheel are going to be on the same team, which would be really cool, and I do look forward to seeing where they go with that. But of course, we got to go to the church now, just like every story. It always comes back to the church. We fight Valentine and or Double, and then after that, we you know, we go down. I like this, though. They always make a joke. A nurse and a nun? You ever read your own job descriptions? It's great. It's like they always make fun of that. You know, it's like a nurse and a nun walk into a church. Like, they keep making jokes about it, and it's wonderful. He has a lot of really good music puns. Like, there's some in there that I'm not a music guy, so of course I don't know. But he makes amazing music puns, and they're some of my favorites. He is punny, but still cool. Because, you know, got Painwheel, and a lot of people, not Painwheel, but Misfortune, a lot of people think Misfortune's a bit cringy. They love to use that word. I think she's hilarious, but everyone agrees, Big Band is cool. He's so cool, you know, and again, his alternate voice pack is the blaxploitation voice pack. So literally, it's them taking sound clips from blaxploitation films, so, you know, like Black Dynamite, all those ones, and using them in his lines. Django Unchained, he's like, call me Big Band, the D is silent. It's like, that's wonderful. It's so cool. And funnily enough, it's the only voice that I think actually works for him. Like, it would actually work, you know? Like, all the other ones, it's like, oh, whatever. You know, maybe Salty Parasol, that one's incredible. And because people don't know, you just press up when selecting their color to choose their thing. So here's his level 3. It's pretty cool. I think the longer range you are, the more damage it does, actually. I know, because you can do it really up close. Like, I'm talking right up to the edge. And if you do it there, they'll all be in one spot. And I think it misses a couple of them. So you want to be a little far to use it. And then when you do, you know, get that full screen, huge trumpet thing, it's cool. It's a good one. So we won't get to show off his other level 1, which is fine. It's not the coolest one. It's basically in the air, he starts hitting some timpani drums, which are cool drums. I played percussion in school, so I'll take it. So he starts playing the timpani drums. And then if you use your taunt, then he'll finish it off with with using his air grab, so it's cool. And this is actually really cool. Peacock's storyline kind of ties in here, and we are going to actually fight alongside Peacock, which is really cool. Now, the whole time I'm like, I wonder if we're going to get any, because with the Squiggly story mode getting a double person part in it, you know, and later ones do get that also. I was like, yeah, we're gonna probably get Peacock and Big Band because they're like partners, right? And yeah, right here, we're gonna get them together, and it's actually, trust me, if you need two characters that can take down Marie easily, Peacock and Big Band serve that purpose wonderfully. I'd say Big Band is the easiest character to actually take down Marie with, if only because of the super armor on his attacks and how almost they're all multi-hit, so you can do crazy stuff with him, because like all you have to do is, you know, turtle in the corner, charge up your punch, and then let go and fly across the screen, because you'll take damage, but you won't get stunned. So, like, that's pretty good. You actually start off as Peacock, too, because they kind of want you to finish it off with Big Band. So, we'll just let this go. So it's just, oh, why did that take him in? That should have been his, wait a sec, what's going on with my button config? Go back to default, jeez, there we go. Yeah, no, that right stick assist is actually a really nice feature, where basically your right stick, by flicking it in a direction, you'll automatically do a, an assist, and it's actually really nice, because all you have to do is just flick it down. It is a macro though, so as you saw there when I did the thing, it was because of the fact that it was a macro and not just a button, you know, dedicated to that. Yeah, but now as you can see, we can pretty much take him down. Even do a DHC. And let's finish this off in style. Let's see here. Let's see if we can do it. Oh god, no, go away. Let's see. I want to finish this with my level, with my secret. No, go away. Go away. Go away. Stop that. Come on. No. Okay, stop. Stop that. I want to finish this in style. Come on. No. Come on. Whatever. Oh no, we can still do it. Okay, it's fine. No, I didn't. Okay, because I was holding back and then I had to press forward in the thing. So that's okay. You saw the level 3, the tuba. That's such a cool attack, but it's a little tough to pull off at times because you do have to do the taunt. And again, taunts in this game are meant to be really difficult. And I love this. It's time for my greatest hit. Let's do it. Do it, my friend. Do it. There you go. That's great. His punch is so cool. Like the giant musical instrument fist. God, it's just... he's such a cool character. But as you can see, like every story ends the same way with the Skull Heart being destroyed. Although this one's cool because they have to escape, of course. So you don't see this in others. It just usually cuts. But I actually love how it reminds me of Revenge of Meta Knight. You know, the Kirby sub-game, how they gotta escape. It's great. And of course, Peacock calls him Big Ben. Because, you know, his name is Ben. He's big. And it's I don't know. It's a joke on his name. But no, they go to fight another day. Two anti-Skullgirl weapons. And I still find it hilarious all the anti-Skullgirl weapons are the ones that are best at killing the Skullgirl. Like, that's a level of detail that they really didn't have to put in. And interestingly, his story is, in my opinion, the only one that ends as a good ending. Really, like, he's the only one whose ending appears and you're like, no, it's fine. You know, it's like Peacock and Painwheel are at Lab 8. You know, they got family. And he's like, I'm not dumb enough to think this is a happy ending. Well, not really, because it actually is. It's like the only happy ending in the game. I mean, aside from if you would call, like, Eliza's and Bale's, I guess there are, like, more happy endings, but this one's the only one that I would say is actually a happy ending. You know? Of course, it's probably going to lead into more stuff that's going to happen in the next game. But, of course, for now, it's just like, no, I'd say it's a happy ending for sure. And I love his monologues are great, because they are so detective fiction-y. It's they were just like, they actually did a lot of research on the detective fiction, and actually his poster cover, because every character has like a movie poster style promo art. His is the one that like is actually like they examined detective fiction to make it. And I remember watching that stream and it was really cool. They call him Bandcamp. That's another name. Like, he has a lot of fun nicknames, but I love this. It's like, call him Defective Comics, because of course, Detective Comics, you know, like Batman and stuff. It's like it all wraps together really well. Like they had an art style for this game in mind, and they, you know, with Big Band, you get a lot of it. You know, you got the dark, you got the deco coming together to make the dark deco, and that's his whole thing. So yes, that is Big Band Story Mode, one of my favorites because it's such a cool character. But not only that, you just get everyone being, you know, on character. Great story, great characters. He's fun to play. I would like a little more fights, but then of course that's what arcade mode is for. So thank you all for watching, guys. And next time we have the one that a lot of people are going to get mad at me in the comments about, and that's Eliza. Why are they going to get mad at me in the comments? I don't know. I'm just going off of trends of what's happened the last couple Eliza videos I've put up. See you all next time, guys. Ciao.